We're just doing a podcast. Are you going to make a coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
So this is, go ahead.
So I had COVID, which is...
So hang on. So do you admit, are you like a card-carrying COVID survivor? You're a survivor.
I got the 2 lines. I did rapid tests, and then I went for a PCR test, and then,
Did you get a fright when you saw the 2 lines?
Oh, it's not good. Because, I mean, how many have we done where this has been 1 line? 100?
Yeah.
Because we're doing
did you swear
shows.
when you said it?
Oh, yeah. It's like, fuck. It's just
and
really...
what did you do? Did you run into the lounge room?
No, I went and got a PCR test.
After that?
Yeah. Almost straight away.
How did you get it, do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I wear a mask, but I went to Cairns. So if you look at the week that I had, Wednesday I was in Cairns doing a gig up there, and I was, wearing a mask on the plane, took it off to eat something, and I reckon that's where I might have got it. Because there's a lot of people at this gig.
You touch the surface.
They're all liquor. They're all liquor people, like, alcohol people. They drink. They sell alcohol.
Yeah.
They make alcohol. So there was a table of CUB, a table of Coca-Cola. People that own Thirsty Camels, all that. And so there's people from all around Australia. So someone may have had COVID and.
Can you sum up your journey through it?
Well, so then on was it the Monday morning? So from Wednesday through, I started to feel bad on Saturday night. I did a gig in the country.
Sore throat?
Yeah, like a raspy. I still got a bit of a cough, a raspy throat.
Yeah.
And then Sunday night, I was like, oh man, I had a headache and just a sore throat. And there was like a cold. It was just like a bad cold. And then Monday, once I got the results, I went straight down the beach house, which was, hard because there's no Uber Eats down there. You know what I mean? Had to get delivery from the supermarket. And so then I had to isolate for like 7 days down there by myself.
I was talking you through it.
You did. Yeah, you helped me.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good, to isolate down there because if I was...
So lucky.
If I was at home...
You'd be in a room.
And then Kieran got it, my daughter got it, and the other 2 boys came down with me because they never had it.
Yeah.
So, eventually.
So when you were down there, you just...
Well, I had 2 sort of maybe... Not bad nights, just like it's like a bad cold for me, and like my throat was never that sore though. It was more just a cough. I would have coughing fits. Right. What would happen? So
you had to stay in the house. You couldn't take out your jet ski or your boat, or you couldn't go take your yacht out.
I couldn't.
No.
But when I got out of ISO on Monday, one of the first things I did was have a swim. So that was.
I always maintain the sun is the great healer.
Oh, there wasn't a lot of sun around that week, though.
No, but if you can possibly get in sun, I reckon sun, fresh air, and if you can, salt water.
Well, this is the thing too. I remember Monday night, so I definitely had to stay there until the following Monday. I had to stay there for 7 days by myself. And I was thinking, how am I going to cope? I'm away from the family. And
yeah.
I'll tell you what, by Wednesday, I was loving it. Just do what you want.
Yeah, nice.
Cook what you want.
Watch whatever you want on TV.
Eat what you want. Watch anything on TV.
Yeah.
Gee, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, but I know a lot of people have had bad experiences. And
so it means you're okay for a period.
Man, 8 weeks, I can't get it for 8 weeks and I can't give it to anyone. Man, I pashed the Uber guy on the way here. I'm going crazy.
And now, when you did get it, who do you tell?
No, because I got a PCR test.
They know.
The government send you all these messages. Yeah, and I had to vote online too and stuff like that because it was during the election. So, and that was another great thing. The Saturday, the footy was on. My team Geelong, they won. That was good. And then we had the election. Yeah. And Albanese got in. It was a great night.
You predicted it. You predicted it on this podcast a long time ago. You said they will get in. You said.
I just knew that people were sick of ScoMo.
Yeah.
And increasingly, it's becoming more about the man than the party and the policies.
Yes. And the whole lead up to it was very much just the 2 of them, really.
And now you're in a teal. Are you in a teal?
Yes.
You're in a teal seat
I'm
now.
in a teal seat. Yeah. She was. I think she wasn't there the day I went. But yeah, so now tell me this: you're a man of politics.
Yeah, I love politics.
If you're in a teal seat and they've got full majority in the bottom house, do the teals then become dormant?
Oh well, no. Yeah, that's a very good point. Because as we're recording this, there's still 1 seat off a majority, but they will get a majority. I reckon
they'll get
Labor.
A majority, and then they'll go. They'll be hitting the ball how they want to hit it.
Yeah, but the teals will still have a big influencer you watch? Because there'll be more and more of them. What's interesting about the Teals
is they have a voice, so therefore they can go to the media and go, "This is wrong."
And there's a lot of them now. There's not like just like there used to be just one Green. My local member, Adam Ant. The one Green's in the House of Reps. Now there's 3. There's obviously a lot of senators. But anyway, the Teals is interesting because in those safe Liberal seats, the Teals got voted in because they reckon that people in your area don't want to vote Labor, but they voted for the Teals because they kind of feel comfortable with them.
Exactly what happened. Yeah.
We replaced people like Frydenberg, who's like a private school boy, with a private school girl.
You were about to say a word then, weren't you?
I met him. He's all right. He's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, I met his wife.
Yeah, no.
She was lovely. They came to a gig once.
Yeah, no, he's a big fan of mine. He stopped me at a function. He's a big fan.
But it's just, Frydenberg, they just voted him out. So that's
what
happens.
Look, we shouldn't start talking politics, really.
Politics.
But I'll say is I was pleasantly surprised, not surprised, and excited by the new opportunity that
change is always good.
But I did the vote compass to see where did you do the vote compass on ABC where you can find out where you sit on the graph?
Yeah, my daughter always does them for like what generation are you? She always gets Boomer, even though she's 16. Because of her music taste and stuff, it's always like, you're a boomer.
No, yeah, well, it's progressive conservative is the...
And what'd you get?
And then there's left and right.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that the Labor Party is a moderates, really.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is on the graph, and the Liberal Party is like a conservative right, middle right.
Yeah.
I was coming in... I used to be moderate, and I've actually gone a little bit right.
Yeah, but that happens when you get older.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say who I voted for, but all I'll say is, no, I won't say who I voted for.
Well, I looked for the National Party, but they weren't on the the form.
I don't want us to get, because, before you know it, they'll be wanting politicians to come on this show.
My son was telling me that there was a One Nation candidate who was Asian, which is... Remember One Nation's whole policy were Asians out? Remember when One Nation and Pauline Hanson started in the mid-90s?
Yeah, incredible.
It was Asians out. That was their whole policy.
But he's not an Asian. He's an Australian.
Yeah, boy.
And he's an Asian.
But what's this guy's thinking? Like, I want to be a candidate for One Nation.
Yeah, nothing. It's all thrown up in the air now. It's
hilarious.
A new, Anyway, I don't know how do we? Oh, because how did we get onto that?
Oh, I had to vote. I had to vote during the thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, you could be a good Teal candidate. You got the right look and the right. See, I'm too fat to be a Teal candidate, I reckon.
Oh, you reckon Teal is kind of like, what are they?
They're a bit posh.
Upper middle.
Yeah, upper middle class.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm upper middle. Yeah,
upper
absolutely.
Middle.
And, I don't have a crease in my jeans, but I have a neat jean on. And I wear a pair of Blundstones, which is kind of a little bit left. And I wear a black puffer.
Yeah, at times you could go past for National Party. At times,
yeah. But what are you? You're through and through.
Well, Labor, but I also look a bit Clive Palmer. Let's be honest. Sometimes I've got a Clive Palmer. I'll do my Clive Palmer routine at the end.
Oh,
I remember
please.
to do it. It's nothing quick.
Please.
Nothing great.
Anyway, we should have a political theme song.
Well, we should have some music.
Yeah.
Welcome to Somehow Related Now. Please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Well, welcome to the podcast. We're not going to talk about politics anymore, but there has been a big change.
But you have to talk about what the I mean, that was a couple of weeks ago now. Wasn't it? Yeah. But we haven't seen each other to talk about it.
We haven't.
No. So therefore, and I was happy for you, and I texted you.
You did text me on the night,
and your response was pretty brief. I thought you were going to be.
I sent you the dick pic, didn't I?
That was Clive Palmer. I think you sent me.
I said Clive. I was running It was, but I was excited anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we here for? Not to talk politics. We're here to talk about two things that you wouldn't think are related, but actually are.
Yeah, what are they, Sam?
Aluminium foil and Toblerone chocolate bar.
Again, Sam is picking some very
She's good.
obscure.
You would think that this show would run out. There would be a definitive. She may well one day say to us, guys,
I've run out of stuff.
everything somehow related we've talked about. But she just keeps on digging deeper.
Keeps on.
We can't,
keeps on.
she doesn't. She quite likes us, but she doesn't love us. But
Well, do we pay her? I don't know.
Well, maybe that's the problem. But she keeps on. So Toblerone. We talk about Toblerone?
Well, Toblerone, I know they're Swiss because my brother talks about them.
I remember them being the classy item of chocolate.
Yeah. Duty free?
Oh yes,
Yes. Get us a big Toblerone.
a bit, and it was huge. It was like if you were attacked in your house, you could pick up your Toblerone and hit someone with it.
And then it'll say that Glenn attacked them out with a blunt object.
And with the pointy, you could whack someone right in the eye.
When was the last time you had some, you reckon, Toblerone?
Oh, not that long ago. I mean, if I have to close my eyes and imagine the flavour, I could.
They're pretty good.
What is extraordinary about them is the delivery system of the chocolate to the participant.
Yeah.
Because
The little triangles.
well, it's a little triangular box, and you can poke it out the end of the box, and you can nearly put it in your mouth and snap it off in one piece, or you snap it off.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas your normal bar of chocolate, it's just a bar. You don't bite off of it. You never bite off a bar unless it's a single bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A bar is a bar of Cadbury's.
Oh, I've got to say that I like the texture, and I like the chocolate, and I like the bits of nougat.
It's nougat. Is it nougat that floats to the bottom?
Yeah.
It's not in the pointy bit?
Oh, isn't it?
Isn't it? Is
No,
it?
probably.
I thought the nougat sat in the bottom. Oh, I could be
I think
wrong.
you might be right.
I could be wrong.
And my brother told me this. The actual triangle is modelled off one of the Swiss Alps. Might be Mont Blanc.
I don't know whether that's true.
Is that not true? He's been telling me lies.
I heard that it was modelled off like cabaret dancers, all standing in a row.
Oh.
Now, either of us could be right, so let's not have an argument about it.
Yeah.
But you would think that you would be correct.
I just and they have the picture of the mountain on the packet, don't they? There's a picture of a mountain, of an Alp.
And there's a bear in there.
Oh, there's a bear as well. Yes.
Did you know that?
Yeah, the bear. Yeah,
There's a bear in there.
The chair
as
as
well. The things to see and story to tell. Come inside, open wide. It's Toblerone. Yeah,
I like Toblerone, and I like it that you can get those. I love a big Toblerone.
Okay, let's escape. I remember when you went to the theatre, it was the choice.
Yes.
The choice. If you went to the theatre and you took your mum or something, and whatever you do, if you're a good bloke, and you go and get a Toblerone,
Yes.
and it was very classy. And that would have been your smaller Toblerone.
Yeah, now you get the bigger one, and then there's even bigger again.
Yeah, which I don't agree with. Have you talked about Toblerone on Junkies?
Yeah, I don't reckon we've done Toblerone.
Because that would be interesting, I reckon, to do.
I reckon because they've also experimented with a lot of different flavours now. There's like a white chocolate one.
What do you call it?
They've gone off their brand extensions.
Yeah.
It's called.
Okay, let's just say we're at the theatre.
Yeah.
How would you have your bit of... Would you break it off and put the whole Toblerone in your mouth?
Yes.
The whole peak?
Yes.
Or would you bite the peak in half?
No, I put the whole thing in my mouth, I know.
I reckon it's too big to go as a hole in your mouth.
I like it.
If it was because this is
I
too
like
big.
it.
You've got to really...
You've got to chew
I
on it.
reckon maybe I would probably snap the top off.
You're making a lot of noise in the... Be a bit of shh.
Oh, yeah, because it's... Yeah.
Shh. Stop your Toblerone.
Please, patrons, please do not eat the Toblerone too loudly during the second act.
It's not really a chocolate bar we grew up with, though, is it? Like we had the flake, we had the cherry ripe.
Well, we had at home. Sometimes, if you didn't have dessert, you'd get a big bar of Cadbury's,
Ooh, yeah.
and then open it up, and the silver, the alfoil was the plate,
Yes.
and it was all broken up, and they would, and if you, the greedy ones would have a 3 at a go.
Yeah.
I was more of a 2 at a go guy.
Oh, I'm more 3.
You go 3, 1, 2. Sorry about that banging.
Someone's banging the schnitzel at the back of the pub. Yeah, even these days, my kids say, "How many pieces?"
I mean, you have to, as meaning how many of you had.
Yeah, no. How many pieces can I have? They want how many pieces of chocolate can I have?
That's fair
I always say,
enough.
Kieran always say 1. I always say 2 or 3.
So, yeah.
They always go 3.
But so, and then the other way we had chocolate, sorry about that, was if you're on a road trip, you got 1 bar. Some would have a cherry ripe, some would have a crunchy, some would have a
crumble.
Yeah, but I was a crunchy guy.
Crunchy's good.
Yeah.
Change the colour of your crunchy.
But Toblerone never came into the game
Kit
on
Kat?
a car trip.
Kit
Kit
Kat
Kat
was
yep,
big.
yep.
Kit Kat was big.
When you bite a Kit Kat, are you a 2-finger or a 1-finger guy?
No, I'm 1 finger actually. Even though I'm a bit of a glutton, I'm
Tell
still
you
1
what,
finger.
Try 2 fingers and bite
really?
them. Bite them as a double.
Oh.
You won't go back. I went from a 1-finger to a 2-finger, and it's a good way to. And then
I'm giving you 2 fingers right now. Classic.
Um,
Well, they were asking about Toblerone. They're great. You know what? They are a great chocolate bar because a lot of that Swiss chocolate, and they are Swiss. I mean, yeah, they're Swiss. Can be a bit, you just get
Oily?
used to Cadbury. Yeah, a bit oily, a bit.
yeah.
I don't know. I like Lindt. I'm not a huge fan of Lindt chocolate, but I
Nor am I.
like Toblerone.
What is nougat?
What is nougat? Well, sugar, I assume.
It's not that.
Is it nuts? No, it's not nuts.
No.
Nuts are often put in nougat.
That's
No, it's like it must be like a treacle, like a honey.
a
honey
byproduct. You think of
it's a really good question. What is nougat?
because it crumbles down.
Oh, it's
Because you
beautiful.
can get. Selena loves nougat. Sometimes for a treat, I'm a great guy. Buy some nougat.
Bit of nougat.
Yeah, and but then the nougat in your Toblerone is little
Crumble.
like nuts like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Toblerone, why do I know this? Tyrone is Italian.
Ah, is it?
Maybe
Well-
it's Italian for chocolate.
Well, I mean, Switzerland's got, there's the Swiss German, the Swiss Italians, and the Swiss French. So,
Well, see, you're clever.
so they don't have their own language. They have French, German, or Italian.
So that would fit then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of which, they used to have Esperanto on Toblerones. Do you know what Esperanto is?
No.
It was an international language that was developed maybe in the 50s or 60s, and it was meant to be a worldwide new language that some academic developed. And so they tried to they had like some schools taught Esperanto. It was going to be the the international language.
And
They
what happened?
No, it didn't work.
Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Bitcoin.
The good thing about the Toblerone, though, box open, triangular, pop a couple out, snap them off, eat them, poke it back in,
Yeah.
put it down if you're in the theatre, put it down, and it's there ready to go a bit later on. Now, here's a question. Was the alfoil or the tin, what do you call it? Was it
Alfoil.
what did it take the shape or did it sit on top? Did it actually
No, it sort of it hugs onto it, sort of.
so it was exactly the same shape as the
Pretty sure.
or was it running like a roof on the top of it?
Well, that's obviously the connection, the alfoil, because all chocolate, Toblerone definitely has alfoil. It has the cardboard and then it has the alfoil.
Yes. Yeah.
And not all chocolate bars have that. I mean, like Kit Kat's just plastic. There's a lot of plastic. Kind of that plastic foil kind of.
Oh.
When you open up a Kit Kat, it's like a plastic foily.
Oh, so it's not. There's different types of foil.
Yeah, it must be different types of foil. Because not all chocolate bars are wrapped in alfoil.
We're getting towards an answer here. Maybe we should hang off on our.
Well, let's
answer.
talk about alfoil. Alfoil's interesting. Isn't it interesting how alfoil was just what? It's now become a bit of a short stop for
Aluminium. Aluminium.
Yeah, it's
foil.
aluminium
Foil.
which we use in cooking and put your sandwiches
I
in.
wonder who the first guy was. Hey, let's shorten it to what? Alfoil.
Alfoil.
No, it's aluminium foil.
Well, it used to be tin foil back probably in our parents' days.
Yes.
And you still hear people calling it tin foil, but it was tin. It wasn't aluminium.
So there's element. They are different. They're not different.
They're different.
Right.
They're
Because I
different.
know So what's the one that you use in the oven?
No, that's alfoil.
Okay. So when I went to school as a kid, here we go. In my worn
Back
out
in the
worn
50s.
out shoes and went on a horse-drawn carriage, and Mum would give me something wrapped in tinfoil,
Yeah, it probably was tin foil
and then
back
made
then.
me bring it home.
Oh, to reuse it.
Yeah,
Yeah, recycling.
Yeah, and the problem is you have to walk around the whole day
With the tin foil
with
in it.
tinfoil in your pocket.
I
And,
wonder if it
you
was
know.
tin foil alfoil you had. Did she call it tin foil?
It was tinfoil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I think alfoil was developed in the 20th century. sorry, like the 1910, 1920s, 30s.
I was reading
frame.
the other day hacks. There's hacks of things you can do with.
Oh yeah, I love hacks.
I like the you can like the
Life hacks.
You can make it with a bit of foil. If you haven't got a funnel, you can make foil into a funnel.
Oh, for putting petrol in your car.
Yeah,
or something.
or something like that.
I think alfoil is a very useful tool. But what I was saying is, it's funny how it's become a shortstop for crazy people. Alfoil hats. You know how they say, get your alfoil hat.
No.
Wear your alfoil hat. Are you wearing your alfoil hat, mate?
I've never heard that.
Oh, I remember going around to one of the parents' houses to pick up one of my kids from a play date.
Oh, look at that.
And the woman had the meter box covered in alfoil. And I said, why have you got that?
Aliens?
No, it's the electric currents. So those electric currents that are coming out of that meter box are dangerous.
Oh,
So
no,
if you
that's
put-
good.
So if you put alfoil around it,
It was their own meter box.
yeah.
Because I have heard things about if you live next to a power
yeah.
station.
Put some alfoil around it.
Yeah. What other ones were there?
Well, there's also like one of my friends went around to their brother's house and he had his mobile phone wrapped in alfoil. Like, what are you doing? Oh, it's to stop the waves.
oh, yeah.
And now people say, are you wearing your alfoil hat? And there's all these memes and stuff with people wearing alfoil hats.
Oh, right. Just to
Because
stop
it's a conspiracy theory thing to stop the radio waves.
Because
and
I'm
stuff.
sure it looks very nice on alfoil hat. Yeah. Oh.
What else can we say about
What
alfoil?
else can we say?
I mean,
What's on Easter eggs?
Yeah, that's alfoil.
What? I remember I used to buy a custard tart and it would be in a tray. They don't do this anymore. It would be an alfoil tray.
Yeah, that'd be alfoil tray.
And meat pies used to come in a tray.
Yeah, they did. A little alfoil. You're
yeah,
right.
Yeah. So, and then they just...
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really good.
Oh, best.
Yeah.
Alfoil's a great product.
Yes, yeah. And I don't know. How do they make it?
It's aluminium squashed, isn't it? Just really squashed. I don't know. They must have invented some sort of rolling press thing to press it down and press it down.
Because I know Alex, friend of the show, chef to the stars, when he cooks at our place, he uses a lot of alfoil. And in kitchens, they use so much alfoil because of the ability for it to retain
heat. Yeah.
So bang, it's cooked. Boom. Now, you can't use alfoil. Where can you not use alfoil?
Oh.
Think about it.
On the stovetop. Oh, no.
Microwave.
A microwave, of course. That's right. It doesn't cope well, does it?
Or how this is fun. I'm going to make our older members of the audience wince. If you ever got a little bit of tinfoil and you chewed it.
Oh, the worst. The same with alfoil. If you get alfoil, you're scoffing down your Toblerone or whatever. There's got to be alfoil on it. It's the worst.
And what is that? What's happened? Why is it?
I don't know. It's a weird feeling though.
Is it? It's to do with your computer,
your teeth,
your fillings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a filling, but it's like it blows your head off, doesn't it? You go, nah.
Oh, it's a bad one.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
I worry sometimes when you're a bit flippant with the tinfoil or alfoil, and it might get into the food, and then you swallow a bit.
Yeah.
You're going, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You know.
It's a great product actually. I use it all the time at home.
Now, okay, I'm out of my depth here. Do you not? Was there a period where people used to wrap up marijuana in alfoil?
Yes.
Still
Foils. Foils. You got
Still do?
four foils. Yeah, I assume so.
And they also use it for dyeing your hair.
Yes, the foils.
Putting the foils in your.
Yeah,
I always feel for the women in the hairdressers when they're sitting right in the window and they got the foils on. Because I think I've had the foils I had tips for Boytown, so I think I had foils.
You would have had foils.
Yeah. So that just holds in they put the thing in and they squeeze it on there and it makes your hair go blonde or whatever.
Yeah.
Colour. Yeah. It's a multitude of uses.
Who invented alfoil? It's such a good thing. And I suppose Glad Wrap's a big competitor, isn't it? Glad Wrap and alfoil. They often share a drawer, don't they?
Okay.
They have a conversation.
When all the things from the kitchen turn up to a big party, who's going to be the star of the show?
Okay, you got alfoil. You got baking paper.
Now, baking paper's surely not one of the big boys.
Glad Wrap.
When Glad Wrap walks in, does everyone go? I reckon everyone goes a bit quiet.
Yeah.
But
I reckon alfoil's
I reckon alfoil is the king of the kids.
Also because it's shiny.
It's shiny.
Shiny. Glad Wrap's transparent.
And then when you whack it on the top of something and you push it down, you go, God, I've done a good job.
Yeah.
With Glad Wrap, I don't know. I get a bit.
I get stuck in stuff,
Stuck,
and then it all goes. Yeah,
can't get it off.
You rip it off, and then it all clings together.
Yeah,
and
and
you're
then you push it around. Oh, I've
Jesus.
gone too small now. I've got to stretch it, and then what are you doing in the kitchen? Don't worry, what I'm doing in the kitchen. I'm working with the alfoil. We're working as a team. I'm working, but glad wrap, and then So, but and how do you go with the tearing off?
Alfoil, I'm fine. Glad wrap, I'm no good. And sometimes baking paper, I make mistakes too.
Yeah, yeah. So I reckon your alfoil is your big winner. What else? If you cut it with scissors, you'll sharpen your scissors.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's a tip.
And if you want to turn a AAA hole for a battery, no, a AA, you can turn a AAA battery into a AA by putting bits of foil at either end.
Really?
You probably blow up your thing.
I didn't know that.
My phone keeps on dinging.
Let's
Sorry about
still
that.
have a conversation.
It's Kitty Flanagan.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, gee.
Let's ring her.
What does it say? Can you help me with the new You're such a good writer. Can you please help me with my new Series 2 of Fisk? Oh, wow.
I asked Dave, he said he wasn't available. I don't know what's going on. Well, let's have some thinking music. What can we have?
Is there a Toblerone ad?
There would be.
Is there a jingle that springs to mind?
Is it an alfoil ad? Sam, just find something for us, will you? Find something.
Oh, really? You're just going to throw it out there? You don't care whether it's Toblerone?
I reckon.
Surely we need to discuss it.
No.
Or do you trust her enough?
I think she'll find something good.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why spend your holiday like this? Enjoy your holiday like this, a guest at your own party. You can, thanks to the do-ahead dinner prepared the day before with the one foil strong enough, wide enough. Kaiser broiler foil. It's quilted for extra strength. Happier holiday thanks to Kaiser broiler foil.
Ask your grocer for Kaiser quilted foil. If he hasn't got it, tell him to get it.
Okay, that's great. What a great ad.
Memories. I don't remember it.
No,
but I'm sure it sounded like 60s.
Something like that.
Yeah, good. She's good, Sam. Okay, here we go.
Do you want to have a crack?
I am going to say, this is obvious, but I'm going to say Toblerone. I don't know how old it is, but it was the first to use alfoil.
I was going to say that.
Well, I mean...
I was going to say that.
All right.
Let's say the same thing.
We'll say the same thing. We've never done that before.
We have.
Have we?
Yeah, we have. What is the answer, Sam?
Toblerone chocolate was the first chocolate to be wrapped ever in aluminium foil. Aluminium foil was conceived as a replacement for tin foil with a patent registered in 1910 for the continuous rolling process. The following year, Toblerone began wrapping its chocolate bars, including the unique triangle chocolate bar in aluminium foil.
We were both right.
Both right.
Both right.
Yeah.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
I would wonder whether or not you could make it into a weapon if you're in prison.
Oh, yeah. Get stabbed by a Toblerone. Or are you talking about alfoil? What are we talking about?
No, not stabbed by us. Quick, get him. He's got a Toblerone.
I've only got a flake. Oh, it's crumbling.
Oh, a flake would be pathetic in a fight, wouldn't it?
No good.
I mean, if you had a crunchy, crunchy
bar, no
wouldn't be
good.
very good.
Tell you what, a big Toblerone would be good. One of those big duty-free ones.
Well, we said it earlier, a big Toblerone.
Yeah.
They are huge. They're as big as your arm. If I hit you with a Toblerone...
Whack.
No, I was wondering whether you could make something like
alfoil.
Alfoil, but it would just crumble up underneath.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
If I poked you in the eyes with it...
Yeah, that'd be no good.
Yeah.
Maybe eat it.
You know what else you can do? What's that? Hey, what's that thing that sometimes when people are unfortunately been hit by a car or something, they put alfoil over them. What's that?
Yeah, like a blanket. It's like a space blanket. Yeah.
Is that foil?
Yeah, that's a foil, a type of foil.
When they invented foil, I don't reckon they realised how good it was, and they should have patented it. Or
They
somehow,
should have done something.
like for everything that's invented. Like if you and I invent a foil jacket, like put foil into, we wouldn't have to pay them.
No.
We just take the foil and do it.
Absolutely not.
God.
We should do it.
But you know what's happening right now
What?
is our lunch.
Oh, yes.
And they've probably put some foil over it because to keep it warm.
All right, let's go.
So let's go.
Let's go. I'll do my Clive Palmer routine.
Oh, yes.
Okay, now,
Sorry.
you know, Clive Palmer, he spent $20 million on campaigns.
Yes.
Not one seat.
No.
All right. And you know why he never gets elected? It's because women don't like him.
Oh, okay.
Because my wife was watching him on TV the other night, and she's like, look at him, he's disgusting. He's just a big fat bogan who says whatever he likes and doesn't care. Imagine being like that. So, yeah, what would that be like? And here's the lunch.
Hey, you diminished your joke there.
Thanks, Mel.
Imagine you were referring to
Myself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Oh,
Mel.
Sorry.
Look how many chips Dave got.
Oh,
I'll be having some of those.
Yum.
Yeah, we're on air.
Bye.